Hello guys and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be another my subscribers pick my skincare routine kind of a video. But of course I don't have a full skincare routine, but I have a lot of products that I had paired like with each other, which kind of have a similar purpose, or they have similar ingredients, or they're like kind of comparable in a way. And I wanted you guys to pick and choose and tell me which products you wanted to see a review on first. So that's how I ended up like deciding which ones I want to try out first. So in case you're wondering where I asked you to pick these products, I did do a poll on Instagram. You know, that yes or no wala poll that happens on Instagram stories. I did that back in November, I want to say, because I did require like a minimum of at least 2 months to be able to try and test all of these products out thoroughly, to then be able to like share my reviews on. I just didn't want to like pick them, use them a couple of times and then do a review. You know, that wouldn't be fair. So I wanted a sufficient enough amount of time, and now that I've used most of these products thoroughly that you guys ended up picking and choosing, I am here to share my reviews and thoughts on them, which ones I like, which ones I don't like, how was my experience using them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. Also, I want to give you a spoiler. Most of the products that you guys ended up picking ended up being from Chemist at Play. So I did buy a lot of Chemist at Play serums, and kind of like I had one in every category. Like I had one exfoliant, one acne kind of product, one niacinamide, one hyperpigmentation product. So there was a bunch of Chemist at Play, and of course there were other products that had been paired along with it. And it just ended up being that, you know, the Chemist at Play products were chosen because I know Chemist at Play has been having a lot of like you know, a lot of people are interested in the brand right now. They've been getting a lot of hype, a lot of attention. So I think that's why a lot of you wanted to see these products. But I'm going to quickly tell you what the options were and what ended up getting chosen, and then we'll jump into the review. So like for example, for exfoliant, there were two options. There was the ordinary glycolic acid toner, which I was assuming would win, and I think both the products had like equal amount of votes, or maybe like there was just ek ya do votes ka difference. I don't exactly remember, but the ordinary glycolic acid toner ended up getting paired with the Chemist at Play 10% AHA and 1% hyaluronic acid exfoliating serum. Now this has 10% lactic acid, and that was obviously glycolic acid, but yeah, this one ended up getting picked. Then there was the Deconstruct Pore Control Serum, which has 10% niacinamide and then salicylic acid as well, and that ended up getting paired with the niacinamide from Chemist at Play. This is the 10% niacinamide and 0.5% zinc PCA. So this one ended up getting picked again. And then for hyperpigmentation focused products, I have the Orchidum tranexamic acid, and then I also had the tranexamic acid from Chemist at Play again. This one is the 3% tranexamic acid plus 5% niacinamide, and it's called the Hyperpigmentation Control Face Serum. And again, this one ended up getting picked. And then the last one was the Skin RX salicylic acid serum from Nykaa, and that was paired with the acne control face serum by again Chemist at Play. Now the ingredients on this one are different, but they are, I guess, supposed to be like similar because both of them are acne focused. So this one has 10% niacinamide and 10% azelaic acid, whereas that one is a 2% salicylic acid serum. Also, did I say azelaic acid or salicylic acid? No, this one is 10% azelaic acid and 10% niacinamide. So yeah, these are the 4 Chemist at Play serums that just ended up getting picked. And I think what was really funny was that a few of my like friends who also follow me on my HR Loves Makeup Wala account DM'd me, and they said, you know, why don't you just do like a Chemist at Play skincare routine? And I'm like, yeah, I could probably do that, but then that would be like way too much, and it would feel like I'm just using one brand and not getting other brands enough love. So I didn't want to do that, but it just ended up working out that way because most of you ended up choosing the Chemist at Play products. So it's your fault, not mine. Anyways, now let's move on to sharing my reviews on these products. Also, I just want to let you know, I feel like I should have mentioned this earlier, but if my voice sounds weird, it's because I have a cold. I don't have COVID, I just have a cold, and my voice is kind of gone. So yeah, if you hear me coughing in the video, or if you see me coughing in the video, or if my voice sounds raspy, it's because I have a sore throat, I have cold, I have a lot of congestion going on. So yeah, I'm very sorry for that, but I didn't want to not film just because I have a cold. So yeah, I'm filming to kind of keep up like a peppy mood and to not feel sick. So yeah, any which ways, let's move on to the reviews. Now the product or rather the serum that was used the most among all of these was the Chemistry Play, or rather is, I should not say was, because I'm still consistently using this one. Yeah, so I was saying the serum that I'm consistently still using and actually enjoying quite a bit as well is the Chemistry Play 3% tranexamic acid plus 5% niacinamide. Now this is obviously supposed to be like hyperpigmentation control, and you know, if you have a lot of post acne marks and stuff like that, that is what this is mainly supposed to work at. And the niacinamide in here is also supposed to, I guess, aid the tranexamic acid. I personally use niacinamide more like, you know, my pore minimizing wala ingredient, but it does have data to support that it also helps with hyperpigmentation. I haven't really seen much benefits just using a niacinamide product for hyperpigmentation, but I think when you pair the two together, I'm sure it's formulated in a way where it's supposed to help with that. I personally really enjoyed using the serum, if I'm being completely honest. It's got a really light texture. It's not too watery, but then it's not too thick and heavy or goopy. Gets absorbed into the skin really well. I pair it with my moisturizer and then sunscreen, and it works perfectly. I have noticed subtle brightening as well in my skin with using this consistently every single day. But I also will say that if you stop using this, like for the past couple of days, I have been getting some breakouts. Like I have 1 year, I have 1 year. So I've kind of focused more towards like using my anti-acne kind of products in the morning as well. So that's why this I haven't been using just for a couple of days. And today morning when I was doing my skincare, I noticed that the hyperpigmentation marks that I had, which I had assumed had faded away with using this, I could kind of see them again. So I don't know if tranexamic acid just kind of masks your hyperpigmentation, and once you stop using it, it maybe comes back, or what exactly we have going around with that, I'm not completely sure. So yeah, for that reason, I don't know if I should be recommending this product or not, just because when you use it, you notice your marks are fading, but then when you stop using it, they suddenly come back. I guess that's kind of weird, because then I'm going to have to always be using this, and I do have other favorite ingredients as well which I would love to continue using. So I don't know if I like that particular fact about this or not. That being said, I will be doing like a comparison, like before and after, kind of like a review once I've completely used up this bottle. That's what I do with all my hyperpigmentation focused products, is I take before shots before I start using it, and then once I'm completely done with the product and once I've been using it like consistently, I take my after shots and like I compare the before and after and see, and I also want to again see that once like I finish this up completely and I stop using it, does the hyperpigmentation come back or not. So yeah, I can give you like my full and final thoughts after I'm completely done with this, and I will of course keep you updated. But yeah, as of now, I found that a little bit peculiar, which is why I did want to mention that. So even though I like using it, but I don't know if it's going to be like a consistent favorite, or if it's something that has like miraculously changed my life or not. Can't comment on that. But yeah, that was that. Moving on next to, let's quickly talk about a product that I don't have much to say about, to be completely honest, because even though this ended up getting chosen, I feel like I did not use it that much because I didn't know how to incorporate it in my routine. A, because I had again so much other stuff also going on, and B, I need to kind of figure out if this is supposed to be something that is like to prevent acne and breakouts, or it's supposed to like treat them. So this is the 10% azelaic acid plus 10% niacinamide acne control serum. Again, because they use the wordings acne control, and even if you read the description of the product, it doesn't really elaborate much as to whether this is supposed to prevent acne or it's supposed to treat acne. And again, I didn't get the opportunity to use this much because, like I mentioned earlier, I was incorporating a lot of other exfoliants, a lot of other products in my nighttime routine. Typically, I would use something like this in my nighttime routine because I use more brightening hyperpigmentation focused products in the morning, and then I use my exfoliants at night. Typically, that's not like a standard rule, but that's what I generally try to do. So this one was supposed to be used at night, but then I felt like it was not pairing with other products that I was using at night. So it was kind of confusing. I didn't know what to do with it, and I didn't end up using this as much. I maybe just used this 2 or 3 times, even though I wanted to use it more. So yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint. I could not use this that much, so I don't know what to tell you like as to sharing my review. So yeah. Okay, so moving on next to our third serum, we have the Chemist Play 10% niacinamide plus 0.5% zinc PCA. This is the pore minimizing serum. So again, similar to like the Minimalist 10% niacinamide or 5% niacinamide, they have a lot of like niacinamide focused products that are supposed to like focus on pores, and I feel like this is kind of like a comparable product to them. So yeah, this again, I had a great experience using it. I was using it in my morning skincare routine for a while before I incorporated the hyperpigmentation serum in my routine, and had a great experience with it. I feel, again, like I mentioned, it's very similar to other niacinamide focused pore minimizing products. I did see that my pores were really well maintained. They weren't really super obvious. So again, I didn't notice drastic improvements with this because I had already been using other products and other niacinamide serums that had done so much for me that this just helped to maintain those results. But obviously, if I had visible pores before I started using this and then I would use this, I would obviously notice a significant amount of improvement. So yeah, depending on where you're starting from, I think it's also going to decide what kind of results you will or will not see. I personally will say that if you're someone who is not a very big fan of Minimalist, you haven't used their niacinamide serums, but you do want to incorporate niacinamide serums in your routine that don't have a lot of other ingredients, because again, this one just has zinc PCA along with niacinamide, but it doesn't have like salicylic acid or azelaic acid or something like that, or even tranexamic acid. You just want something that is going to focus on your pores, then I would say that this is a good product to go for. Is this like miraculous and did it absolutely change my life? No, because I already had pretty good like I was in a pretty good place with my pores and my skin to begin with before I even started using this. But yeah, if you're looking for a good niacinamide to help with your pores, if you have visible pores, I would recommend this. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to the last serum, that is, I saved like the best for the last because I really wanted to kind of share everything that I had to share, and like we kind of went through a story and like a whole experience with this one, so that's why I wanted to share this towards the end. This is the 10% AHA plus 1% hyaluronic acid from Chemist Play again. Now this one, first of all, I was expecting the 10% to not just be only lactic acid, but I was expecting it to be glycolic plus lactic acid, which of course it didn't ended up being that way, but I was initially disappointed with that. Eventually I got over it. I'm like, it's fine, it's okay. It's my first time using lactic acid, and the description of this made me feel like it's going to be more of a creamy serum, but it's not creamy, actually I should say milky. I was expecting it to be milky, but it's not milky. I want you to see, it's a clear liquid, like it's got a little bit of that, you know, translucent wala texture, but it's not like creamy super milky like some of the conscious chemist serums, even for that matter. If you've ever seen what the texture of those ones are like, that's the kind of texture I don't like, and I was expecting this to be like that when I read the description. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And when I received it, I saw the texture, I was like, I'm so pleasantly happy and satisfied to see that it's not like that. So then once I started using this, I used it in my nighttime skincare routine, and I paired it with like super simple basic moisturizers that did not have any active ingredients, because I really wanted to see what this on its own can do for my skin. I went in with zero expectations. I didn't want it to retexturize. I didn't want it to like exfoliate or you know, help with like acne or stuff like that. I had zero expectations. I didn't know what it was going to do, but I was waiting to see what it can do, basically. And this, you guys, is not like how a glycolic acid toner would be. Like, it's not going to retexturize the skin, but what it does for me is that it pulls in all the gunk that is inside the skin, like from the deeper layers of the skin. It brings it out to the surface, and that's how it like decongests, and like that's how it works on the skin. So kind of similar to salicylic acid, if I'm being completely honest. It kind of does that similar thing. but it's not like salicylic acid in the sense that it's going to help with breakouts. If you have active breakouts, it's going to do nothing for that. It's just going to help with your skin turnover and like cell turnover to make the process faster. And I say faster, I don't mean fast, I mean it's going to amp up and help that, but it's not going to make it like supremely faster. If it's gonna, like, typically if your skin would heal through breakouts with like 5 days, it would make it like 3 days, but it wouldn't be like the Dot & Key anti-acne serum where it's gonna happen in a day. You know, it's not that fast. It just makes it faster, but it's not the fastest or like the best. So I don't want you to have those expectations from this, because it's not that amazing. Also, there was a point where I was kind of comparing this to the Earth Rhythm Clear Skin Serum, because if you've ever seen me describe why I love that serum, the reason why I love it is because it does kind of similar things that I had experienced with this. Again, decongesting your skin, bringing like the gunk from like deeper layers of the skin out to the surface. Like, that is what that does, and this I felt like also was doing similar things, but this was kind of slower than that. Like, with that I would see the results that I would see with that in like 2 days. I see the same results with this in like 5 days. So I would say this is a little bit more gentle, not as strong, powerful. The Clear Skin Serum is definitely a lot more like strong, powerful. You see more instant results, whereas with this one, it's more like it's working long term and it's gonna help you, but it's not gonna give you the same strong, powerful results that that one would. So in case you're someone who has, so yeah, if you're someone that the Earth Rhythm Clear Skin Serum is like too much for you, this is kind of like a more gentler alternative for that one. That's who I would recommend this product for specifically. Overall, I'm really impressed. I don't know if it's just me, but like, this is the first time I've used lactic acid, and this is the first time I've used like a serum like this since the Earth Rhythm Clear Skin Serum. So overall, I'm just really impressed, and like I cannot say that this is something that's going to be like holy grail status for me, but it's something that I am definitely like very intrigued by, very interested in, and of course I'll continue to use it. And like, by the time I use up the whole bottle, of course I'll share like my final thoughts towards the end. But yeah, that was it for all the serums. Just want to quickly rank them like from my favorite, I am most impressed, to like my least favorite. Obviously this is going to come first, the exfoliating serum. I think after that I would rank the hyperpigmentation control one, because love the texture of it, love the whole experience of using it consistently. Of course, the long-term effects I cannot comment on. Then the pore minimizing one would come third, because again, I wasn't super impressed by it. Like, my mind wasn't blown. I was happy to use it, but my mind wasn't like blown, being like, woof, wow, this is so amazing. It wasn't that way, so that's why I'm going to rank this third. And then this one, I'm ranking fourth, not because I was least impressed by it, but it's because I've used it the least. So like, there is no way I can rank it like above the ones that I've actually used more. So yeah, that was that. That was my experience using these products as of now. Obviously, I'll keep you updated as to what my experience is with them as I continue to use them more and more. But yeah, those are my thoughts for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If there are any other products from Chemist at Play, or just any brand in specific, if there's any brand you want me to review, or there's any specific product you want me to review, please leave it down below in the comment section, because that is super duper helpful. It's more helpful than you might think it is helpful. So yeah, please leave your thoughts, opinions down below. And yeah, please excuse my voice, please excuse the coughing. I'm really sorry. Any which ways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.